Welcome back to the podcast, also known as Let's Chat with Brandon and Tyler. Today we are doing, we're going over AI and current events. So when we go over current events, as a disclaimer, we both tend to be on the conservative half of the compass. We tend to go more libertarian on social issues. But there's some news things that we are going to cover. Don't be surprised if we sound skewed towards one direction. Tyler, do you want to go over any baseball stuff?
Nothing of note, really. Just kind of starting off the season. It's been kind of just all over the place. Milwaukee is just trying to hold on. The White Sox are doing White Sox things and being bad as usual.
And then the Colorado Rockies.
The Rockies
exist. How are they worse than the White Sox?
This year, I can't tell you. I really don't know.
Because last year we saw the White Sox go full White Sox.
We saw the White Sox implode. Not just go full White Sox. They imploded.
They imploded before that season started last year, and then this year they're better than last year.
They're better in
air quotes
is in a derogative term of
there's nowhere to go but up.
There's nowhere to go but up or down, and they're kind of going just down.
They're not going to lose more than 121 games.
Are you sure about that? Because they're 6-19 right now.
Okay, it's only been the first month. They're going.
I know, but still, you know their track record.
And then you look. What was the Rockies' record?
Rockies, were they NL?
Yeah, they're NL West.
They're 4-20.
They're just actively out White Sox. The White Sox.
I guess they've out White Sox the White Sox, yes, but
so far
we'll find out towards the beginning of the All-Star break.
All right, and one of the things I wanted to start everything off before we go over into current events again is a whole AI topic, hot button thing, because it's new tech that's being developed and being released. There's a lot of jobs that will be replaced by this thing. Now, can these companies and the people who made AI do they have ability to turn it off? I'm going to say yes, they do. But are they going to? No. The reason? They have money invested.
Yes. AI is a very, very powerful tool used in the right hands, but for now, it's just, people can see what the thing is about AI with ChatGPT and DALL-E and
then them robots.
And then robots, right? The Tesla robots, for example, the Tesla has been trying to make those a thing for many, 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 many years.
And then they've also, I saw an ad recently for robot puppies, which is supposed to mimic a actual puppy for kids to get all excited over.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
I saw it on social media. It was an ad.
Who's designing it?
I don't know the company. It was literally an ad.
Oh, okay.
I was not a fan when I saw you don't want to just grow up with I get we love kittens and puppies because they're tiny and they're lovable and they're adorable.
But a lot of people don't want the responsibility of raising a dog.
Yeah, because dogs are a lot of responsibility. Cats, they're viewed as less work. In some extent, they are easier.
Some extents they are easier, but sometimes they can
be just as much of a handful.
Right.
Now, the job markets that are most likely are going to be replaced or affected by AI. Okay, first off, everything's going to be affected in some way, shape, or form by AI.
Eventually.
I
say within the next 10 to 15 years, maybe even 20, all these jobs, including, we're seeing it with fast food already.
Yep.
Waiters and waitresses aren't going to be affected because you can't replace that with AI. You can. They've done it in Japan.
Yep.
But I don't think I've seen it stateside yet.
No, but I was going to say the jobs that are going to be replaced include basically anything that's customer service. You can kiss it goodbye.
Yeah.
Manufacturing or anything that involves that's mildly dangerous, that is going to be replaced. For the most part, it's going to be replaced.
Which makes sense because you can get jobs done faster with robots than you can with humans.
Yep. And then you have things like delivery drivers and
Oh,
like
yeah, with the-
transportation logistics people, they're gonna get replaced probably.
With the introduction of self-driving cars, you don't need like taxis or Ubers or anything. I mean, you can maybe have an Uber, but
You're gonna be just paying the company
You'll
to
just be-
summoning the vehicle.
right.
It's almost like when, let's say, when on Discord and you just messaged me, I summon you to VC, and then I pop up in voice chat and go, I've been summoned.
Yes. That's exactly how a car could be.
Like, you just say like, I want this thing at this time.
Right.
Shows up at that time.
I mean,
I've summoned
some
thee.
apps are already doing that.
Yep. Then you have bookkeeping and accounting and finance industry.
Makes more sense because I mean, you see it with Excel. You could just
Instantly.
punch in numbers and all of it can just appear with a flick of a hat.
Yep. And then data entry.
That
Yeah, data entry is
Data
like
entry.
AI algorithms can automate data entry tasks. potentially
programming is
rendering
one of
some
them.
data entry clerks redundant. Market research. AI can analyze vast amounts of data. Basically, it involves data and just analyzing it.
Including in my field. I mean, I was a computer science major, but programming can be replaced as well with AI because AI can come up with the code and just say, here, just copy and paste this. Fill in your own stuff.
Yep. And then you have the paralegals and legal assistants, telemarketing, receptionists, graphic designers, translators, proofreaders. And then there's one thing that's not on this list. Meteorologists, because I think it was maybe AccuWeather that replaced all of their
Meteorologist.
all their meteorologists with robots.
I didn't know that.
No, that was
Yeah.
the thing that happened.
Wow.
And because of the whole AI stuff, you have the voice actors who are, a lot of them are on strike because they want AI protection. And obviously, like, some of them signed off on documents saying, yes, you can use my voice as like an AI thing.
Right,
a
they have to
specific
pay
character.
the people.
Yes.
You're basically, if you think about it,
But
you're
that-
signing your life. You're not signing your life. You're signing your voice away to this company
Yes. So
to get paid.
yes. So therefore, like for the voice actors that will use James Earl Jones, for example, when he died, he had a thing saying, yes, you can use AI to
Replicate
it
my voice.
for like these particular things.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure the clause is for that the actor has to be dead.
Yes.
Otherwise, they can't
Yeah,
do
like
it.
if AI was around when Michael Jackson died, he could have signed something and said, "Well, if I die,
You can use it.
you can use it."
Otherwise, you are not allowed to use it type
No,
of thing.
and so he didn't, which AI wasn't really around.
Yep. And like a lot of those jobs types of jobs I list off, they're typically pretty low skill jobs.
Yes.
So if you are in any of those types of things, start looking now because they're not going to stop it. Because again, the people who are making this stuff, they aren't going to because they have too much money invested in the thing.
I mean, programmers will still be around. That's not really going anywhere because, you need programmers to run the AI.
Yes. But I'm saying for like the customer service and
Yeah,
service industry stuff.
You can kiss all that goodbye
Yes.
in the next probably
5 to 10, 15
5 to
years.
10, 15 years.
Yep. And if you're not, like, again, get off your ass, go find it.
Yes.
Just
Don't
get
wait
ready.
for a job to come to you because it might be too late by the time that happens.
Yep. And then once that stuff comes in, everyone is going to, they're going to go through waves of layoffs. This will happen.
Yes.
Now, the industries that are safe, you can use the trades because you can never replace the trades.
Doctors,
Doctors, you can't, well, specifically like surgeons.
surgeons, you can't replace.
No, you can't replace those folks. Love my surgeon. He fixed my knee for crying out loud.
You can replace surgeons with robots because
To an
there
extent.
are some surgeries that are fully robotic,
Yeah, but
it's to a certain extent.
yes,
extent.
certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like even when I was doing retail sales, because that's going to be irrelevant because of
Look at
AI.
the grocery stores. Also, I mean, Walmart at one point went all self checkout. They fired all their cashiers, but then they brought them back.
Yeah. And then you have Amazon over in Seattle that was running an experiment, or maybe it was Washington, where
fully automated,
yeah,
right?
where where they would scan your cart as you walked out the building, and they would just charge your account.
Yeah, yeah, they already do that with Amazon, like Fresh or Go or
Yeah,
something.
they do
Those
that.
are around the country already.
Yeah.
They already do that. I thought you meant like the warehouses. I mean, warehouses, they're automated, but you still need people to run it.
Yeah, like just make sure like things are still tidy
Right.
and for audit reasons.
Right.
But for the most part, you
don't need it.
no.
Mm-mm.
And then, like, yeah, it's if you are, I would so again go look for it's like start looking now, protect yourselves that way you're not caught off guard later.
Right. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, for the
current events.
yeah, current events. Like beginning of the week, the Pope died.
Yep. So Monday morning, Pope Francis, the first of his name, did die over the weekend. The Catholic community, they mourn his loss. The Cardinals are now in lockdown so that they can pick a new pope.
Well, it's like they have to wait until like how many days until they can start their conclave. I've never been Catholic, so I don't know off the top of my head.
I have been, but let me check real quick.
Yeah. All right,
I'm doing this.
Yeah, well, so while Tyler's looking that stuff up, some of the options that they're looking at is like there's a guy in Africa, there is American or two, there is a Asian guy who they say is like the Asian Francis. From my understanding, you have the conservative Catholics who want a particular group of people. You have the more liberal Catholics who like people like Francis because he was deemed as kind of a progressive Catholic.
He was deemed the people's pope.
Exactly.
Also,
you have and of course with the young people who are like around like 30, 35 and younger, who are looking for traditionalism and have been going to places like the Orthodox and Catholic churches in like large masses, and a lot of those younger people are trending more conservative. I wouldn't be surprised if they chose for a more middle of the road or more conservative guy.
Yes.
But do I have an idea who? No. Is it my place? No. Why? I'm Protestant.
Yes. Usually the conclave starts 15 to 20 days after the Pope dies.
Okay.
So we're not there yet.
Now, and then they have like, 3 days of viewing and mourning?
3 or 4 days of mourning or viewing, yeah.
All right. And then other things that have happened this week include a huge one that literally happened just today is you had that judge out in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I got arrested for trying to help an illegal immigrant avoid ICE.
And that's actually a huge thing going around all over the country. You have in the state of Wisconsin, you had Evers direct they go through the Department of Administration. I like to say it is. I have to double check, but that it was to say if ICE agents show up, go find attorneys and let the ICE agents wait while they go help the illegals with whatever.
Yes.
You have other businesses who that are doing similar things. Sometimes they send out that stuff in emails. Sometimes it's by word of mouth. There
was a statement from the Illinois Governor Pritzker.
Oh, your favorite. There's a reason why you left that state.
Yeah. So his statement is arresting a sitting state judge is an alarming escalation of Donald Trump's war on the courts. Shortly after, Attorney General Pam Bondi went on Fox News to brag about it and confirmed this authoritarian administration is going to keep persecuting and prosecuting sitting judges. We do not have kings in America. We do not accept propaganda as fact, and we do not let an authoritarian federal overarch hold us back from speaking up for justice. America was built on a system of checks and balances where different parts of the government, you get the gist. But it's not, my view is they did the arrest right, because you it's illegal to help an illegal immigrant
Avoid ICE.
avoid ICE.
It's a federal felony.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. That's why you got arrested.
Yeah, and they're going after violent criminal illegal immigrants primarily.
Right.
So if the ICE shows up for these guys, chances are they harmed someone or did something that's a very much a felony and they're just going to get sent to their home country or El Salvador. For example, let's look at that MS-13 guy that got arrested.
Right, in Maryland.
And then
Democrats keep saying he's a Maryland man, he's a Maryland father. So what? So what? He's not even from Maryland.
No, the bro is MS-13.
Great. He lived in Maryland when he was here for illegally. He's from El Salvador. He's not from the U.S.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You are not from the U.S. You are illegal. You are not from fucking Maryland.
And, like, if you're, like, not doing any harm to anyone, yeah, go get your
green card. Go get your citizenship. Do it the legal way.
Right. Yes.
If you are here illegally, you do not have access to our country.
No, it's like either leave or go get your citizenship.
Go and get your citizenship. Right.
And
which can take years.
Yep. And if you're a violent person who's illegal, just get out. We don't want you around.
Exactly.
Just leave.
In other news, President Trump met with the Hungarian Prime Minister.
Ooh, I'm assuming it's over tariffs.
Yes, it was over trade, over tariffs, and over peace with Ukraine and Russia.
Yes, because I like to say Trump's trying to get the European countries to give guarantees to Ukraine.
Right, yes.
As a part of the ending that whole conflict.
Yes. Now, the Dems are saying that, he wants Russia to take all their land, blah, blah, blah. And I go, no. He doesn't
He wants the dying to stop.
Exactly. The thing he wants is the dying to stop. He's not on. He stated this. He even stated this when he met with the Hungarian Prime Minister.
And when he was campaigning.
Anyway, he just wants the dying to stop. He has no allegiance to either side.
And he's like, okay, Russia has held Crimea since 2014. Ukraine, you're not getting that back.
Well, by the way, a reporter did ask about that, about getting Crimea back. You want to know what the president said? He literally said, that wasn't even under me. That was under Obama.
Yeah, that was underneath Obama, and they aren't getting it back.
By the way, Obama gave them Crimea. There was no war, no bloodshed. Russia just went in there and said, okay, this is ours.
Yep.
That's what started this whole thing. And Russia being paranoid that NATO is going to take over.
Yep, and then on top of that, the main reason why they were able to invade Ukraine during the previous administration was laying the Keystone pipeline. I think it was Keystone pipeline that cuts, or no, it's not Keystone. It was Nord Stream 2, and it went around Ukraine into Germany for oil and gas.
Yes.
Instead of which allowed them to say, we can just take the Donbass region now because that Nord Stream 2, when Senator Cruz put in a thing and Trump signed, which halted the progress of it. That stopped that from that conflict from happening in the first place. Biden then allowed it to happen by removing that restriction.
Mm-hmm. And that's how this whole war started.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it, I'll call it a war now, but that's how the invasion started.
Yes. And my opinion on war is just about every single one of them ever in history is completely avoidable. They're all stupid, meaningless, pointless bloodshed, and every single person who is for it wants to go after one, get one, actively wants to participate in them, are barbarians.
Just look at World War I and World War II. World War I was started by the Austria-Hungary people in Serbia.
But that was after an assassination.
But that was after. That was due cause for a war. Then Germany just said, okay, we're just going to go. And then World War II, as everybody knows, the Nazis and the Soviets took over Poland
and then Hitler being Hitler.
Hitler being Hitler, yes.
But and then like with the whole thing with Hitler though, they could have prevented like
They could have,
by instead of putting Hitler in prison, they could have just executed him.
Yeah, but think about it. Germany wasn't
Really?
like that back then.
No, but that would have been the smart thing to do.
Yes, but he was basically in a suite.
Yeah, and then he wrote his
He
nasty
wrote his book,
Yeah, his
which
nasty
we're not
book.
going to talk about that.
No,
but
no, it's a terrible book.
Going back to the Ukraine-Russo war, which started in 2014,
And then
people think that it started in 2022. It did not. It started when they annexed Crimea. It wasn't on pause. It was just, nothing happened until recently,
Yep, and it's like, all right, end this stupid thing because this is dumb.
So what Europe and the U.S. what we're trying to do is we're trying to stop the bloodshed from happening.
Yeah, like stop it from continuing.
We're not saying that Ukraine, is being stupid or Russia's being stupid. We're just saying, hey, guys, stop. I get it. Russia is the aggressor. Ukraine is the defender.
And we also know that Putin, he is a KGB thug.
Yes.
We know this. We don't need to rehash that like over and over and over.
No. But the media sure likes to.
Oh, yeah, no, they love doing that. And this is now, people, if you want to be happy, do what I do. Don't watch TV. I never have my TV on. Then you may ask, well, how do you get your news? I talk to people, I listen to things every once in a while, and I read things. Otherwise,
I don't watch TV either.
I avoid TV.
I don't watch the news. I just look at clips of what is going on.
Yeah, I literally just either listen to stuff. Obviously, I produce the conservative talk show. I read, and I just talk to people. The only things I'll watch is the Netflix Castlevania, live sports, and that's about it. Everything on TV nowadays is garbage. Absolutely garbage.
Yes. Is there anything else that happened in current events?
In current events, oh yeah. So there's a bill over in circulation at the state level.
Yes.
Where I like to say it's the Republican leadership at the state of Wisconsin is making concessions because they think they're going to lose the state legislature to the Democrats. So they're making concessions to Evers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bill going around that's trying to get brought to the floor where it would remove all abortion restrictions. Now, that's too far in the other direction of where the 1800s law that we got in the state of Wisconsin right now is. This is a purple ass state.
We're a swing state.
Make the laws reflect as such. That, like, you can, like, just no restrictions is dumb. And having, like, 2 or 3 doctors' signatures is also dumb.
Yes.
I mean, like, just find a more conservative European country, figure out what they're doing, and it'll probably be basically like splitting the difference. We're a purple ass state.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
Yes. And we know in 26, is it 26?
26 is midterms.
Okay. So 2026, we know the midterms. I don't think the Democrats have a chance. I am sorry. Not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Well, hey, the Democrats are actually trying to have AOC become the face of the party. And there's a split where half of that party wants it and the other half doesn't.
I'm going to tell you right now, if AOC ever becomes president with Bernie Sanders, we are done as a country. They are socialists.
AOC at least has an incentive structure, and she's kind of dumb. She's dumb.
Yes. But is there anything else?
And the one last thing would be the utility bill that is like going into like things like WIRA. Then you also have the ROFR, which turned into WIRA, and then there's some weird thing going on because they keep trying to slide it into other bills, and they take it out, just try to reintroduce it, and just like modify it. And it's just an unconstitutional mess where everyone's utilities bills would rise if it were to pass. And it's just like an energy monopoly laws. And ROFR stands for right of first refusal, which is what Illinois does, I think. Again, I have to review that stuff.
Yes.
But, oh my goodness, is it bad. And you don't want that stuff just skyrocketing on you. There's a list of things that would make everyone should be like, it's time to move out of the state of Wisconsin. There is a list of those things. Would that energy bill be one of your reasons?
To move out of the state?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You can, for those of you who live in the state of Wisconsin, go on your state legislature website and email and annoy everyone until that is completely dead and does not keep on resurrecting. That is the main thing you got to do. And these couple of bills are just absolute dog water.
Yes. But
I don't have anything else. Do you have anything?
I don't have anything else, and I think that would be it for this episode.
Yeah, it most definitely is. We do have a Discord that's going to be launching soon, so younger people who would rather use Discord who want to communicate with us, you're welcome to use that. You can contact us through X. You can use the Facebook community group. The standard Facebook page is used for primarily announcements, and then we do have an Instagram that's barely used.
Yes,
but we do have one. Again, it's not used much. You're better off sticking with Facebook, X, and soon Discord.
Yep.
Keep an eye on X and Facebook for when the Discord does go live if you would like to join. I know that the older listeners are more likely to stick with Facebook. The younger, more likely to go with Discord.
Yes.
Just how it be.
Yep.
So, until next time, have a good weekend. And when we return next week, we're going to be going over Star Wars because that's on May 2nd, and Star Wars Day is 2 days later.
Yep.